information on the Small Business Expo, which took place at the Dome in Johannesburg. We find out about an initiative to teach township women basic computer skills. It's called She Will Connect. Our discussion is with eHealth editor Terence Springhall, and we'll be chatting about the eHealth Live conference. As we continue to celebrate Heritage Month in South Africa, we look at an African-created game called Afro's Games. Find us on SABC Network. That's on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. News Network at sabc.co.za, and email. Let's start with your social media and technology news. Now, South Africa's Durban University of Technology has been hosting its Digital Arts Festival. There have been exhibitions and panel discussions about various issues in the online space. The free event also fused music in between the serious conversations about all things digital. Festival director Steve Jones explains what has been going on at the Durban University of Technology.
We had a social media panel. We had some other panels that were aimed at educators about bending blackboards. We have some nice panels in the morning, Art Meets Tech. We talk about data and art. We have another panel on digital startups. Intel's She Will Connect program is currently underway at the Siafunda centers in the East Rand. This initiative is aimed at empowering in previously disadvantaged areas by offering them free basic computer lessons. Producer Lebo Sejake caught up with some of the ladies that are part of this program.
This is Eunice, one of the visually impaired students at Intel's She Will Connect program. Eunice uses a customized computer like this one to learn basic computer skills. However, she still needs human help with doing this task, and this is where women such as Bridget Vilagazi come into the picture.
There was a lady that won a braille a laptop, and then Intel they did put the braille alphabet so that she can write or do the email for herself, but unfortunately we don't have it today. And then we bring Eunice. So she was having a challenge maybe to make an email. She must ask their daughter, but now it's easier for her now to use that laptop now.
Intel's She Will Connect initiative is aimed at empowering women living in South African townships by giving them computer lessons. Those that have been enrolled in this program say that it has made a positive change in their lives.
After I did the program, I was an admin after admin, facilitator after facilitator, a manager as I am. Then after that, I opened my daycare with my mother, and I did that on my own. Meaning it teaches you the internet thing. It teaches you how to research and stuff. So I did research, and I found out that there are companies that can register me on my own, not going to someone else to help me, but on my own do it.
Young ladies who are heading to tertiary such as Trifina feel that the program is equipping them with skills that will get them ready for university.
I've learned how to type, open a Word, a lot of things, doing charts on the computer, a lot of things that I never knew. Next day I'm going to school, so I'll be typing my assignment on the laptop or computer. So it was a great program,
The She Will Connect computer classes are held at Siafunda community centers based in the east of Johannesburg.
Go My Way is a car-sharing app that's gaining popularity in Nigeria. People who live in the same area can find each other on the app and share rides to work.
Tope Akinremi lives on Lagos main island and works on Victoria Island, the business and financial center of the city. From Monday to Thursday, he picks 3 people along his route. Tope collects 300 naira, an equivalent of $1.5 one way from each of them, for a drive that he will do anyway, even without passengers.
When my company moved to Lekki, I thought, well, I was now paying more for petrol and spending more time in traffic, and the country's getting harder, so I started thinking of ways to at least earn something extra. And then it popped up again. Go My Way popped up again on my radar on Twitter, and so I joined Go My Way and published my ride, and yeah.
This platform connects passengers with drivers going along the same roads. The 12-kilometer third mainland bridge links the mainland to Lagos Island. and the island is notorious for traffic. Crossing can take as long as 3 hours in Russia. Go My Way has invested $50,000 into the business. The founders want the platform to grow before charging a certain percentage from registered car owners. Payment for now is being done in cash, straight from the passenger to the car owner.
We made it in good time, 7:15.
Still like about the same amount if I was going to take a public transport. But the fact that I don't have to keep getting off buses, jumping off buses, that's what I have gotten from this. It is super convenient for me.
The Transport Authority says there are 9 million road trips a day in the city. Go My Way co-founder Damilola Taidi says it is getting some cars off the road and helping people who are rather not used to public transport, reclaiming precious time and money lost in traffic. Before Go My Way can realize its full potential, there are kinks to be worked out. They are dealing with issues such as trust between drivers and passengers. Prospective co-travelers can check the profile of a car owner who must be registered on the platform with complete biodata, photo, member ratings and reviews on the website.
We had to get people comfortable with the idea, at the same time market to a lot of people. So that was really challenging. We had, the safety concerns, people like, oh no, bomo, or kidnapping or all those things. So we had a lot of that at the beginning. It's getting better, but the issues are still there, and we try to solve them as we continue to scale.
Go My Way plans to launch in at least 3 other African countries in the next 5 years. And maybe soon, when drivers look into their rear-view mirror, there won't be such a long line sneaking behind them.
Apple Inc. created a buzz in the tech space with the latest launch of the latest flagship smartphone, the iPhone 7. And LG showed off their organic LED television sets at the closing of this year's IAFA. Here are some of the stories that made tech headlines in the last week.
Apple iPhone lovers were given a treat this week with the unveiling of the highly anticipated iPhone 7.
And here it is. It's the best iPhone that we have ever created. This is iPhone 7.
This new device was unveiled on Wednesday and is said to be water and dust resistant with high-resolution cameras. Apple said that the Super Mario game was coming to the new phone and Pokemon Go would feature on its upgraded Apple Watch. Speaking of launches, South Korea's LG Electronics unveiled its new V20 smartphone also on Wednesday, seeking to recover from a string of mobile losses and attempt to stand out from a crowded field of smartphones by offering improved multimedia features. The new LG phone will be competing with Apple Inc.'s new iPhones, but Samsung's recall of the Galaxy Note 7 smartphones may give it some breathing room. Now heading over to Germany. The world's leading consumer electronics and home appliances trade show IFA ended on Tuesday in Berlin, capital of Germany. This year's theme focused on televisions, which still created quite the buzz with the presentation of the LG Organic LED tunnel at the show.
Well, I think there's always demand for improvement. I think in terms of 4K versus 8K, I don't see that this is going to be an imminent next step. HDR is the key word here. I think there's still a lot of picture quality improvement that you will see with new televisions and that you can see in a Build 7.
It's SABC Network on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. News Network at sabc.co.za and email. After the break, we chat to Terence Springhall about the eHealth Live conference. Stay with us.
News Today provide news updates giving a wealth of knowledge. Breaking stories and crossing live for you. We follow business developments intensely. Experts and analysts tackle all challenging issues for you. We cover stories locally and abroad to keep you informed. We cover all sporting codes just for you. We are sure to give you weather to be ready for the day. Stay tuned to News Today at 3 p.m. from Monday to Friday on SABC News.
The Goodman Gallery is celebrating 50 years promoting art from all sectors of life.
Actively involved in social and political life of South Africa, and we really have been. It's been a fascinating place to be and to watch.
Your personal style is synonymous to your signature statement.
Style is unique. It is a representation of you, your personality, the things you like. It speaks on your behalf, and it just represents the kind of person that you are, your uniqueness.
It's hilarious, apart from anything else. It's the satire, the sort of commentary on what we kind of take for granted as we exist in daily life.
Vote for Wonder Boy with your heart. Vote for Wonder Boy with your heart and run at cinemas nationwide.
For your weekly dose of arts and entertainment news, tune into Trends every Saturday from 12 to 1.
Page 2.
It's SABC Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. News Network at sabc.co.za and email. Welcome back. Now, a lot of tech startups don't know where to go to look for funding. The Small Business Expo tries to create a space for funders and startups to pretty much meet together. It gives them a platform to figure out ways to grow their businesses. Starting a small business has many challenges. Sometimes the original business plan isn't what one ends up doing in the end.
This is true of anything, right? We've got to adapt over time, and what businesses are not doing is to adapt to the environment they find themselves in. So if you start, for example, simple selling sweets, and then realizing actually people also like water with their sweets, and then you add water, or actually sweets that don't work, but people who are walking past your business want water, and to adapt. So the point is that, originally you might think it's one thing, and it's okay to actually change it.
It's tough, it's gruesome work, but it's really simple stuff. It's about saying, do I have a niche? Have I defined what it is that I want to do? Do I know what space I want to play in? And if that's clear enough, then you start the business. But it's all hard work. There's no shortcut.
These are lessons that some startup owners learn the hard way. That's why the Small Business Expo was created. Here at the Dome in Johannesburg, investors from all over Africa and startup owners can interact, give each other tips, and figure out funding methods.
You can buy a business here, anything from 5,000 to R1 million plus. And I think what it's doing is saying, do you want to work for yourself? Do you have an existing business you want to grow? Are you looking for an investor into your business? Are you looking for a distributor? And what's really exciting this year is we've got some people coming across from our borders. So from Africa who are saying, I'd like to invest in businesses in South Africa, or I'd potentially like to take a franchise up into their African country.
As the internet has become an important source of business for many, startups that are in the online space were here too. This includes Social TV, which is an online platform for corporate social investment news.
There is a huge potential online. Like if you look, the world is moving into the digital space. So most of the news sites, they are moving digitally. That's what we watch each and every day. When you open your phone, you're on Twitter, you're on Facebook, you visit a web page. So that's why we decided to go online.
The expo ran over 3 days and is free to people who sign up early online. Now, players in the e-health space were discussing how technology can assist in Africa's health space. The e-health live conference took place in Sandton in Johannesburg. Now, joining us from Cape Town to talk about this is editor at e-health news, Taryn Springhall. Hello, and thank you for being a part of our network, Taryn.
Hi there, thanks for having me.
Now, Taryn, how popular is e-health nowadays?
I think e-health is gaining popularity all the time. I think there are well-known gaps within the health service, and there are also issues around affordability, reaching patients who don't typically have access. And so I think e-health is regarded as a powerful mechanism to be able to connect patients to providers, as well as streamlining services and supporting healthcare workers in delivering health services. So I think it's definitely growing in popularity.
Is it the be-all now when it comes to healthcare in Africa?
I think that it may have started out as a bit of a novelty, but we're seeing the e-health community and healthcare as a whole mature, and they're starting to regard it as a necessary part to delivering care to millions of patients, who some of which don't have access at all. So I think it's being taken a lot more seriously. There's a lot of evidence-based work undertaking, and case studies where people are actually using their e-health solutions to support the benefits to being able to have a modern connected service through e-health.
Maybe if you can just tell us about what some of the solutions that spring to mind, especially in the South African context.
I think one of the bigger solutions that we showcased at eHealth Alive was Mom Connect, which is a mHealth solution initiative that is led by the South African National Department of Health. And what it essentially is, it's a messaging service to pregnant and new mothers, giving them pre- and antenatal health care towards and for the purpose of meeting sustainable development goals around maternal and child health. I think that was, we spent an afternoon workshop showcasing the various spin-offs from that, and also how it was a catalyst for, as a health systems change project, and not just a user interface for new and pregnant women, new moms and pregnant women.
Could you briefly tell us about some of the speakers that you had, especially from the rest of the African continent, and maybe the solutions that they were talking about, and what's happening in the rest of the of the e-health space in Africa?
So we were fortunate enough to have senior representation from ministries of health across the SADC region and beyond, and they were there telling us about their e-health programs, which are well underway and supported by national strategies, and they were also there to share their insights and experience, and also find opportunities to collaborate to expand on those programs. We also heard from mHealth and health tech entrepreneurs and other stakeholders within the space such as Mabenzi. Here Screen was another mHealth solution we heard from. We heard from Hello Doctor. And then we also had Professor Vijira Disanyaka from Sri Lanka, who was there talking about his work in being able to spearhead e-health adoption and implementation in Sri Lanka for the good of Sri Lankans by training up doctors and dentists in biomedical information. So those are just some of the speakers that we heard from who all have some stake in delivering health services via e-health.
You mentioned Mom Connect earlier, and Mom Connect is a mobile solution. Are we seeing Africa in the e-health space going the mobile route, the mHealth route?
There's definitely widespread acknowledgement of the fact that as Africa is a mobile-first continent, that mHealth solutions have an enormous potential to be able to impact on health outcomes and deliver on all the objectives that I think all African countries are facing in terms of burdens of disease, as well as access and affordability. So, you know, I think there's widespread adoption, and it's only growing. I think that there are some challenges with regards to being able to scale up. So I think many pilots of mHealth solutions are run with very small patient populations and communities, but then when it comes to scaling to a national level, that they often run into obstacles that they didn't expect. There's also other work being done to be able to produce mHealth solutions that are clinically relevant. I think that that's a huge part of being able to motivate scaling up, and it's definitely something that some people are doing really well in some groundbreaking work, and that others will get to in time.
And in terms of the conference itself, because sometimes with a lot of conferences, they end up becoming talk shops. What did you eventually come up with that will be solutions that people can leave with and go and implement wherever they're from in the rest of Africa or the rest of the world?
that was definitely one of the drivers around designing the program. We firstly wanted to get all the right people in the room to be able to find those opportunities to open communication channels as well as to collaborate. But we really wanted to design a program that people could take away learnings and lessons and experiences and insights that they could then implement immediately in their particular health service, whether it be at a clinic, at a hospital, at a regional level or a national level. We wanted to be able to talk about subjects that are tricky but are necessary, like interoperability and standards, which is the ability to exchange patient information between systems safely and securely and accurately. So we did a workshop on that, and we also talked about use cases, about exchanging information across country borders. So there was definitely a lot of work being done to be able to give people deliverables and tangible takeaways that could make a meaningful difference to their everyday work.
All right, so now, Taryn, will you be having it again?
Yes, we've had a lot of interest in the 2017 event, and we'd invite anyone who's interested to please get in touch, but we will certainly continue to use it. We scratched the surface this year in terms of finding a space where we could bring people together and find forms of collaboration and open the channels of communication. We hope to build on that next year and the years after.
Taryn Springhall, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Now, Taryn Springhall there is news editor at eHealth News. Now, former Generations actor JT Midubi told us what his favorite technology is.
Waiting for a scandal to happen.
Can I get a child so please?
Sure. Hi, my name is JT Midubi. I'm a voiceover artist and actor. My favorite app on my phone right now is Instagram because I think I'm addicted to it. I love posting photos of myself, photos of what I do, my work, videos. It's quite a fun app at the moment. I also use it to network, so people across the world can see who I am and what I'm about, and then they get to like and they follow or they don't follow. It doesn't matter. But I'm loving Instagram right now. I got brief on every guest for by ticket. That's it.
Certain choices in life lead us not to our destination. Prostitution will not.
Everything that I used to do then, it was something that I never thought of, I never dreamed of.
One bad choice in life led her to another.
Most of my clients, they used to ask me a question, what am I doing in that industry? Because it does not suit me at all.
Her demons haunted her until she changed her life.
I used to pray that, Lord, if you can deliver me from these drugs, I promise you that I will serve you for the rest of my life.
She has since found peace and is serving her community.
We'll try by all means to spend time with all of our kids.
Join your host, Buleng Mulibati, every Friday at 17:30.
Find us on social media. We are on SABC Network on all platforms. Now, as we continue our Heritage Month celebrations of Africa's inventions, this week we find out about Afro's Games. They develop educational mobile games that target African teenagers. We spoke to co-founder Agnes Utunga Piri.
And simple playing, and it's an artificial intelligence. So what we've done behind the back end, we've actually had 60 questions that actually can test you whether you understand what gender-based violence is. So now they play, and then if you've ever played Morabaraba, you have to have three tabs in a row, and then if you fail, the question comes up, like what is date rape? So you have 4 answers which you can choose, and if it's wrong, of course we don't condemn, we just say no, actually date rape could be this. And if you're a boy, is that correct? Is that wrong? If you had the power, what would that mean to you as a young person? What should you do? So that's the type of issues that we deal with in this.
There was an earthquake in Tanzania. That's what some people have been sharing, but let's see what some people are sharing on social media. Many have been sharing their thoughts on the foiled terror attack. Female would-be suicide bombers entered the Mombasa Central Police Station with explosives on their waists. Police stopped it in time. In South Africa, many have been challenging each other on their knowledge of their home languages. The hashtag Know Your Language has been trending. Willem Albert has been called up to replace Locklua Diaga in the Springboks. Diaga is out for 2 weeks with a knee injury. Many on social media aren't happy with Albert's inclusion. And that's all we have for you. Find us on the SABC Network. That's on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Newsnetwork@sabc.co.za and email. From me and the rest of the team, have a good one.